Therapy. We are back at the unofficial studio of Mat Therapy, better known as Becky's house.
The other unofficial studio.
The satellite office of Mat Therapy, which is Becky's house. And today we have our resident badass and Team USA representative.
Yeah.
Bre Stikk, what up, girl?
What's up? Bre Stikk.
What's going on?
Nothing much.
Team
Just
USA.
Just like winning shit and stuff.
Trying.
Like traveling and...
All right.
Time.
Let's talk about it. What happened? What is it? What's going on? And where are you going?
Okay, so...
Get right into it.
Yeah, so the USA World Team Jiu-Jitsu trials, or grappling trials, you guys were there.
Yes.
You saw. So, it was 3 days, a week and a half ago now. You try out for gi, no gi, and then our last day was finals, and if you made it, you're on the world team for USA Grappling. So we're going to go to Azerbaijan in October and do matches with people from Russia and France and Belarus and like 23 countries that I was just looking it up, yeah.
So it's a 23-person competition?
As far as I know, there'll be like a representative for each weight class for each country. So I made 58 kilos for gi and no gi. So I'm assuming there's going to be a chick at 58 kilos from all those countries.
Yeah. So there could have been two reps at 58. There could have been a gi person and a no gi person, but you just kicked everybody's ass. Right?
Yeah.
You're like, I'm just going to take them both.
Yeah. No, I wanted no gi more than gi, but I was like, fuck it. Like
I'll take it.
You know?
I'll take it.
I just wanted more matches. Like going down to Vegas, might as well sign up for everything. You know.
Sure.
I signed up for everything no matter what. It worked out.
Yay!
I got all
Awesome.
subs. So.
Yeah, you did. But you also got to use your wrestling, which was pretty awesome.
Yeah. Well, some of these girls are like collegiate wrestlers, and I was actually concerned about my own wrestling. You know, because I can out wrestle most jiu-jitsu girls, and people know that. But here I was going in, they had wrestling shoes on in the no-gi, and I was like...
I can't believe they let people wear wrestling shoes. They did, yeah.
I didn't notice
that.
Yeah,
my finals match, the chick had wrestling shoes, and I was like...
that's going to be hard.
That's weird.
Yeah, and she had like her college singlet and stuff, and I was like...
Fuck.
Maybe I'll do jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, but once you hit
I'll
the mat,
jiu-jitsu this
you
time.
do jiu-jitsu. Like, I know they had a rule that definitely favors wrestlers, which was if you pull guard, you end up giving up 2 points to your opponent.
Yeah.
But then once you hit the ground, you still have submissions. You have jiu-jitsu. Because I was like,
exactly.
I'll do it if I can reap their knee. Because I was like, I don't give a shit about giving up 2 points if I can reap.
Yeah, the rules are different, you know. If you pull, they get a 2 for takedown, right? So in the gi matches, I don't know why, but I pulled. They gave her a 2. I ended up subbing her like pretty close after, but in the no gi, I was like, screw it, I'll try to wrestle these girls, and you know, when in doubt, I'll use my guard, and that's what happened. I went through for a throw my first match, and unsuccessful, went to my guard, ended up getting like a pretty sick Kimura triangle. So I
saw that.
Yeah,
I saw that one.
I think
I saw that.
I watched it on Flow, and you could hear you guys talking.
Yeah.
And you're like,
you could hear us talking?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Were we saying good things?
Well, because I was kind of on the other side of the mat, and you couldn't really see what I was doing. I was using a triangle, but my arms were over trying to lock up the Kimura, and then I'm like, ooh, and I'm like pulling it all the way to the other side of her body, and you guys are like, oh shit, stop that.
I know there was one match that I was trying to coach you. I don't think it was that one though. You had a triangle. The last match that you had? How did you finish?
Armbar. I had a rear naked that I didn't finish, and then an armbar finish.
Nice.
In the finals, yeah, but
there was one I remember you were in a triangle. Maybe it was that one.
It was that one.
Before you did the Kimura.
I was trying to triangle
I was
her
saying
for
to cut the angle.
Wait, was that your match?
And then I thought your coach or someone was going to get mad at me. Go ahead.
There was somebody's match where the girl cried.
Oh.
Was that yours?
I don't know. I didn't see.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Like,
that.
she got Kimura'd and then didn't have... It was a very weird... Like, we were all like, what just happened there?
Well, my second match for that day, she was medically DQ'd or whatever. She pulled out for injury, so...
That was when you guys were on that side of the
this
matches?
was a match that was actually happening.
And she cried during?
And she cried. But maybe
I don't think it was Bre. It might have been somebody else. I don't know.
But yeah.
I don't know. I went and checked on her after, just to make sure.
I don't think it was your opponent. No, I don't think it was your opponent. I think it was another match.
Yeah, so I think that girl ended up pulling out for injury.
Okay.
She was supposed to be my second match.
Probably.
But she got Kimura?
I think it was a Kimura, and she.
There was a lot of Kimuras happening that day.
Right? Yeah.
So we talked a little bit about this with Blair, who's one of the organizers of the grappling team trials.
Right.
So first, that's the organization that is the governing body that takes wrestling to the Olympics, and they're trying to start the path to get grappling to the Olympics.
Yeah,
which is pretty awesome. Yeah. We were talking to Blair last week on the podcast that not enough people in the grappling community even know about this tournament.
Yeah, and it's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy. And for me, I saw it every day on Facebook. On
You
like
did?
my ads.
I didn't see anything.
Well,
because
I
of
follow
wrestling.
USA Wrestling.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
there
have
it
a
is.
Flow Wrestling account. I used to have a USA card, like in high school. And I would see it every day. And then I liked the page, and I was like, I thought a lot of people were going to do it.
Yeah.
That's why Luis knew about it. It was because wrestling.
Yeah, we got to get the word out to the
So,
grappling
it's
community
the
because I was like,
grappling
this is
people don't know.
amazing. The whole
Yeah.
setup with the finals on the big stage and the big arena.
And the
that was-
opportunity that it brings and stuff.
Yeah.
For
Now
sure.
you get to travel all over the world.
Yeah.
What else besides Azerbaijan? Like, that's still really cool. But besides Azerbaijan, will you represent the U.S. next year, or do you have to,
You have to
redo the trials every year?
Yeah, redo the
Compete.
trials.
Okay.
Which is fine, you
Yeah.
know. But do you guys know Brian Peterson?
Yeah.
So he was there just to watch wrestling,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, "Hey, corner me," because I've known him forever. But he's been on the team for 2 years.
Oh, nice.
Back when he was younger, he said 8 years ago. But yeah, the tournament's been around forever, and it's always been a really cool opportunity.
Yeah.
And I don't know why it's not more well known. You know,
A-
It's gonna
absolutely.
be now.
it
it
will
should
be
be.
now.
It's gonna
I
be
mean,
going
at
out
least to
for
Matt
sure.
Therapy listeners.
right.
There's that.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna, hopefully they spread the word
Yeah.
a little by little. You know, that's how it starts. It's all good.
It's like
Yeah. I mean,
viral.
Exactly.
from what I understand, like the Russian jiu-jitsu community and some of these other countries, they take it really seriously.
I believe it.
And if their competitors win, they pay them monthly for the rest of their life.
What?
We're living in
Yeah.
the
That's
wrong
amazing.
countries.
So I'm like, fuck.
Well, that makes sense though. I've always heard that growing up, with I grew up skating.
Yeah.
And watching figure skating. Here, there's there's some people that actually get paid to compete and to.
I would imagine that percentage is so low, though.
It's low, and plus you have to
And the budget, where do you get the budget?
and you
for
have
that,
to
know?
get there to you have to show that you can do it before
Right.
you start getting sponsors and stuff, and that's essentially how they get it paid for. But in other countries, they basically breed these
yeah.
these competitors.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so
they
I'm
started
expecting
from
some
childhood.
tough women.
Yeah.
For sure.
Definitely. So,
What's your training camp going to consist of?
well, the thing is I start fire season on Monday.
Oh, geez.
So I'm moving back to Carpinteria, Santa Barbara District.
We talked
And-
about that last time you were on.
Yeah.
You're a badass
I
firefighter.
I'm trying to remember what month that was. But I think season was kind of ending when we had that
Yeah.
episode.
It was towards the end.
But since then, dude, my life is completely just madness has happened, and then this has been a really cool thing that happened.
Yeah.
But
What other
yeah,
good madness?
good madness? I was in the Purple Belt Women's Kumite, and
How was that?
that
I
was
didn't
cool.
see it.
It was sub only 10-minute rounds, and that's
Nice.
like my style.
That was in Texas.
Gi. No, that was in Irvine
Oh,
or
oh,
Tustin at
That was in the gi. That's right. I remember the picture.
yeah, Carlson Gracie Irvine.
Yeah.
Jason Yusuf put it on, and it was kind of like an absolute weight class. I don't know how big the largest woman was, but it was anywhere from 115 to who knows. I don't know her weight.
Do you think the
class,
weight class matters less in the gi or more?
I don't know. Everyone has their differing opinions on that, but I feel like in no-gi, I can scramble out a lot
Yeah.
easier, and I'm a really a heavy top player. I like to wrestle. I like to do the underhook, half guard type of stuff, and I slip out from big people all the time.
Yeah.
But in the gi, they get that deep collar grip, or some grip in here, and keep your chest down. It's really hard to get under that weight because of the grips, you know. So I think I'd like to do that same style no-gi for sure.
Mm-hmm. That'd be
It
fun.
was tough. It was tough. I got some good takedowns in my first match. It was a really cool match, actually. I got like a sick blast double, and she was super technical chick, heavy pressure passing, and we'd scramble up and start again from the feet, and then I got a arm drag trip, and I always get like hyped up on takedowns, like I love takedowns, so. And then I was getting smashed from the bottom. She had like double unders and was just like smashing my knees in my face. And I thought I was going to get past. And her arm, she didn't keep full double.
She had double unders, and she was smashing your knees in your face. So she had you like
my
this?
belt. So I'm trying to play guard, right? She goes double unders, grabs my belt. And she was like kind of bigger, stronger than me. So it was easier for her to like pull me up. And my knees were like being smashed on my head, right? Like the double unders pass.
Yeah.
And she's coming around. She's getting that deep collar now, like this grip. And she's smashing, and I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna get past right now. And then her hand, she takes it away and puts it on my thigh. And I'm like, whoop, and I like pull it, and then I ended up triangling her, and then switching to an arm bar.
Nice.
It was awesome. So even just like that really entertaining match was like an accomplishment for me in that event. You know, I think we had the most entertaining match. And I got knee barred my second match because I just never trained knee bars, and I didn't even.
You're like,
think
hey,
about it.
what's my knee?
Yeah, it was like a scramble, and I was like, I thought I was coming up and passing, and then boom, belly down knee bar, and I was like,
Belly
Yeah.
down, fuck.
Dude.
and then
Knee
I'm like
bars
in my
and
head,
leg
I'm like,
stuff.
season
And
starts
then
in 3 weeks. Oh my
anything
God.
belly down, no bueno.
Yeah.
Speaking of absolute, what did you do this weekend?
Oh,
That was an absolute match.
I do
A
weird
little bit.
stuff sometimes. I don't
Yeah, you
think
do.
about what I do.
Yeah, when
Let's talk about this
when
weird
they told
one.
me, somebody was like,
You
"Do
guys
you
see
hear
it?
what Bree's doing?"
I didn't get to
I
see
saw every
it.
match but yours, so I don't know what happened in your
Why
match.
is that?
How did that happen?
I was watching, and then I had to leave. Like I was watching on my phone,
Oh.
and then like I was I don't know. I ran out of time,
Yeah,
and then I never went back to it.
Is it on? Did they keep up like a video somewhere? Of it?
It's on you guys
Thor's
know Thor's
page.
Kanky?
Yeah.
It's on his. He's made a show page now,
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
okay.
Okay, I'll
so
have to
it
follow
should
the
be
show.
on there.
It's that
Maybe he should have
Meta-
Matt Therapy.
Metathor.
I think Thor. I think he should have Matt Therapy come to the next one,
Yeah, for sure.
and then we'll be
Yeah.
in it, and then we'll commentate it.
Yeah.
'Cause I had a question. So we'll talk to yours, but do you know the belt levels of the other ladies that competed before you? There was the one that submitted the guy pretty quickly. I was like, she's at least a
Blue.
purple. Really?
Mhm.
And the one before, the very first girl?
I think she was a white belt,
Okay.
but had a little training.
Yeah.
And I think some of those girls are like local MMA gyms,
Gotcha.
so they do more stand up, but they have like that.
They all looked really good, but the
Top
first
game.
one I was like, No, you could just tell. Like, I thought that they were bringing in everybody, like, they were all going to be brave.
about purple.
Yeah, because I was
okay.
like, oh
No.
man, having all purple belt women go against guys who don't train, that's fucking awesome.
Dude, I got.
I mean, the white belts
belts
and the blue belts did awesome.
Why?
But why?
People were like, I don't know. Well, my mom was so mad. At
Really?
me.
I think
Oh
it's
my
every single
God.
conversation that every guy who doesn't train ever says to every single girl who trains, oh, you think you kick my ass? I don't know. Maybe. Probably.
I just hate that question, dude.
Do you train? Yeah, maybe.
I'm like,
then you probably.
Yeah,
I'm gonna probably try and choke you or something.
yeah.
You don't.
I mean, I'm
probably
gonna
give me
try,
something.
but
Yeah, you're probably gonna throw a limb out that I'm just
Yeah.
gonna snatch. Just saying.
Okay, so tell us about your match. That's just. whatever.
okay, yeah. So I was like the main event or whatever, and mind you, like Thor hits me up like right after I win the thing, and he's
Right.
like, "Hey, I think this would be great exposure for you, and I want to do this event where girls are gonna start in closed guard or up, depending on a coin flip,
Okay.
and that's how the match is gonna be. So."
Right.
You know, you won't get injured, and that's what I said. I'm like, dude, I cannot get injured. Like,
Yeah.
I start fire season 1 week from that date.
Yeah.
I can't hurt a knee or something. I'll be so screwed. And he's like, no, you won't get hurt. Like, we're gonna start from the guard, and I'm gonna have a talk with these guys like prior, but still, like,
I'm gonna
anything
have a
can
talk
happen.
with these untrained guys
We're-
and tell them not to do any what.
But he asked me to do it, and I was like,
you were starting
I
in
can't
his
turn it
guard,
down.
or he's in your guard.
So they flipped a coin, and then whoever won the coin toss got to pick top or bottom.
Oh, I see.
I'll
Because
tell
I'm
you what
thinking
happened,
like
so.
put a 300-pound dude in your guard. Seems
330.
a little rough.
Jesus, what? Why?
Seems a little rough to get.
I just like it didn't register in my head like how large this man was until he was like right there. And
Wait, can we find this? I'm gonna pull up Thor's
oh
page.
man, yeah, you have to watch it.
So,
So on the main event, okay, these other girls go, and they all won, I think, their matches. One was like
Mhm.
by exhaustion, like someone tapped out from just being so tired.
Oh my
It was just like, I'm done. I'm done.
Were they all like that? Were they all that big a weight difference? Like your size to a
No.
No,
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 but
no.
that tall girl,
I
like
thought they
that was
were.
a good matchup. I was like, that's actually a good matchup. The girl that tapped the guy
They were
pretty
kind of
quickly.
equal size.
She was like tall, so I was the smallest girl with the largest guy.
awesome.
Okay,
That's
and
nice.
but I didn't know this prior. I hadn't met anybody like
Yeah,
none of
yeah.
the opponents, none of the chicks. So the first girl was like taller, and the guy was maybe like 220. Doesn't really work out, like a dad. And it was actually a pretty rough
Dad
match
bod.
for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she could tell she was real tough, but she would like have positioning, and then like give it up on accident.
Hold on, I found it.
Oh,
Keep
God.
talking, keep talking.
And then the second match was the exhaustion tap. And then the third match was an armbar from the top.
That was, yeah.
You probably saw that. And that was this girl, Sarah. She's super sweet. She's like...
But
don't
I
know,
thought that was a
maybe-
good matchup. Like when they stood up next to each other, I was like,
Yeah, like they were almost
they
the
would
same
roll in
height.
class. That's
Yeah.
Yeah. But mine was just ridiculous. Like, it didn't even-
Okay, here is this you? Are you guys wearing a gi?
Yeah, I threw a gi at him.
You threw a gi at him?
Yeah,
oh my
so-
god, he's giant!
We get in the
Oh,
ring, and
seriously.
I'm like...
Oh my god.
Holy shit, Bre!
uh, yeah.
Wow. You keep talking about it.
So I'll
Yes.
tell you what happened. All the other matches were no gi,
Okay.
and this was supposed to be a gi match.
Right.
But the guy like doesn't know anything about the gi, right? So he walks in, and then I walk in. Or they announce me Bre Stikk, and I like walk out, and I like throw this A5 at him, in this white belt, and he puts it on.
Look how he has it tied!
Yeah, Thor had
It's
to
like
tie
tied
it
like
from
a. He has it tied like a bow.
him. Yeah, so I'm
He
like
doesn't.
in my head, I'm like 3:30, like
Oh my god, look at you. You're like, let me get. You can't even like. Your feet don't even like reach behind his back. No clothes guard.
yeah, that was
Holy
that was
shit.
There
Okay,
is
you're-
no clothes
Okay,
guard.
exhausting.
talk to us. Ooh, nice inversion. Okay.
Yeah,
And then
so
he
I'm
lays on
thinking
top
this
of
is
you.
my game plan.
Oh my god.
I want to get a bow and arrow on this guy, right? I want to like try to
What?
get an arm across
arrow
and
choke.
get near
Oh,
the
bow
back
and arrow.
and just get like the lapel grip, right? This is like my game plan. And right from the bat, dude, he just grabs my legs, goes wow, and like throws me.
And then just.
And then
sits
I
on your
like try
back
to go like
clearly.
invert and like,
Yeah.
and his corner, it's on silent right now, but his buddies that don't know anything either are like,
Oh Jesus.
dead weight, use dead weight.
So just
So
smash.
just.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, and they're like, take a nap on her, take a nap on her. I was like,
Do they think that's gonna make you tap out?
No, they didn't want me to tap him out. I don't know.
So they're like, just
so
lay
that
on
he
her.
doesn't lose. Oh my god, he really is just laying.
He's
on
a
like,
bouncer at a bar.
Oh jeez.
Like. Oh my god.
You
So
can't
I was
see-
watching all of that, and of course this is what I'm thinking. I'm like, those ladies need to know some 10th planning. Because there was a couple of times that I was like, she could use lockdown right there, and
Totally.
that one could use rubber guard right there.
No, I agree. Yeah, I kept saying lockdown for this one. I can't remember the match.
I heard you
but
coaching.
Yeah, I was like the only one that like knew anything, you know. So I was,
Wait, so the ladies didn't have corners?
it was me.
That's it?
Yeah.
You cornered all the other girls.
Yeah.
ladies?
So then nobody cornered you.
Well, they're trying to give me advice,
I'm
but
sure
like
they tried.
You're like,
they
thanks.
tried to. The
I'm
white
like,
belts
you don't
Knock her out!
understand.
Knock him out! Just tap him out! Were you getting that? Just tap
Did
him
they
out!
just reset you? They're like, no, you can't just lie
Yeah,
down
we were
on
like
top
falling out of
them.
the ring. Well, Thor was trying to be like action, and I think if he had more attacking and more
Yeah,
like
yeah.
trying to pass and stuff, I actually could have done better.
Oh,
'Cause
for
he
sure.
was literally like,
I've said this before, that white belts and people who don't know a lot are the hardest people to roll with, because if they know the one thing,
They're fucking smash.
just the one thing, that their only goal in life is to do the one thing.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if, we used to have this girl that trained with us that, like, her only goal in life was to stay in mount and just hold you.
Right. So 5 minutes.
So there
you're
was
like,
there was absolutely no transitions or doing anything else.
Yeah.
White belts who know the one thing are my most unfavorite people to roll with.
On top of the fact that they're spazzy.
So yeah, he's just trying to like headlock me and
Oh, that's good. Headlock with actually no,
Headlock without
Technique.
knowing what
Yeah.
the
like just
just
like, grab my head.
but
Just
you
so
hug
it's-
you to
so
death.
it's trying to
Yeah.
hug your head to death
So
to
did you
make you
tap him?
tap.
Did I tap him?
Did you tap him out at any point?
No. I
Just-
just
Is this how the whole thing went?
Is this it? Is he
pretty
just laying
much.
on
I
top
got
of
on the
you?
back at one point and he just grabbed my arm and went whoa whoa and I like flew off and I tried to flying armbar like on the way down. Didn't work.
Well, look, there is a point, and we've talked. This actually comes up in every single women's self-defense class that I teach, and at some point, weight trumps the situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You
Like,
can have all the technique.
yeah, like
It's just-
at some point, somebody who's that much bigger and stronger than you, your technique doesn't matter if they want to impose
So
their
I'm
weight on you.
125. He's
Exactly.
330.
Right. There's not a, like, you
205
couldn't
pounds.
even, you can't even apply your technique because his body parts are too big for you to apply the technique.
That's
Yeah.
one light heavyweight.
I couldn't even
He
get my
weighs
arm
one
like
light
around his
heavyweight
neck.
more
You
than
saw
you.
me trying to close guard. It was like
Yeah.
my feet were at his hips. Like it was really.
But I would say that
There's
it,
200
like
pound
anybody,
guys that we train with that I can't close
Yeah.
my guard on. Can't
I just
imagine
didn't even
100
register
pounds.
in my head when they're like, yeah.
Thor, next time you need to throw 100, I would say
I think
160
the next
pound
one
guy.
should be like same weight.
Oh yeah, that's nothing.
I mean, I guess it wouldn't
Yeah.
be a thing.
But I'd
like,
say
interesting.
160 women, purple belt women, at 125 should be able to handle a 150 to 60 pound guy, no problem.
That doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, like there's
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
sort of there's
Yeah.
gonna be some sort of formula that is like weight to skill.
Yeah,
You know?
my personal, because I've had this conversation with people
Mhm.
before, the, "Ooh, how big a guy can kick their ass?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like 30 pounds, within 30 pounds, somebody who's highly skilled can handle that person. Once you give up 30 pounds, that person's size comes into play
Totally.
more than technique.
Mm-hmm.
Was the starting in guard or that option, was that across the board for everyone?
So it was
Or
if
was
you
that just
won
you
rock
guys?
paper scissors, what they end up doing. Okay, I won rock paper
It's
scissors,
very technical,
and I
right?
picked down.
Rules here.
Well, it's Metathorus. So
dummy.
I kind of love how Thor's like, let's just do this crazy
It's
pants
just
style.
wing it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
but I mean,
Facebook
did
Live, like-
did all the other girls start the same way? Ladies start the same way? 'Cause none of the
It's
other-
so ridiculous.
Everyone
Oh,
had
my
the same
mom's
option.
so mad at me.
Yeah, I mean that's you put your body in a little bit of danger there.
Oh, I was exhausted after that.
Yeah.
Oh, look, your feet almost touch. Oh,
Yeah,
wait,
your
your
toes.
toes.
Your
Like your big
toes
toes
touch and guard.
are touching
Your
around
toes
him.
touch and guard.
You're like this, literally, like.
Like
Yeah.
they're completely extended.
But at the same time, he didn't do anything to you other than lay his weight on top
No,
of you.
Dead
Yeah.
weight, dead weight.
Dead
That's
weight.
apparently all he's been told. That's all the instruction he got.
Yeah, and
All right.
buddies are all, take a nap on her, take a nap on her.
I
I
love
wouldn't go
accents.
easy on that. Yeah, they all had like accents, dude.
Oh,
Take
look,
a nap
oh,
on
see,
her.
he's doing, he's,
He's trying to underpass.
He's trying to do something.
look.
What is he trying to do?
Oh, he broke a grip! That was legit. That was a legit
is he trying
technique.
to Kimura you?
He just 2-on-1 me.
He's like, no, I'm just gonna hold her arm here.
What is
I'm not gonna do anything with it. I'm
I
just
thought
gonna hold it.
he's just like trying to grab your. I feel like he's trying to do this. Like, let me see if I can break it like this.
I'm surprised he's not like giving you a rug burn.
The Indian bird.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That
Yeah, I
would've
just
been
got
awesome.
like an 8-minute workout.
Yeah,
but
you
it
did.
ended
Yeah.
up happening. Look at this part.
All right.
Oh
Okay,
god,
so
you guys
you
are
guys,
starting standing. That
he did
terrifies
like a sumo squat. He's like, I'm just gonna sumo
Thor's like,
squat.
no. Look at
Yeah,
that.
he's too big. He's just, you know what he looks like? A gorilla when like baby gorillas try
Dude,
and come
it's
and
like
play with him,
King
and they're
Kong.
like, roar, roar.
Oh, yeah. Every time I
So
try to...
that was probably a slight mistake in the weight class.
Yeah, I should have picked top
But
also.
actually, I think it's a funny concept, and I totally get why Thor did it, and I like it. As long as the weight classes are smaller, trained girl wins every time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
but-
sure.
Yeah.
That's what the whole point of jiu-jitsu is.
So it's a great
I
show
think this was
to
supposed
have.
to be just like a comedic
For sure.
entertainment thing. So I was like, yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
do it, whatever. But a lot of people felt like it. I don't know what the word they said. Somebody like messaged me about it, and they just said they think it makes you look bad.
Why?
Oh,
Why?
it makes you look bad.
Not me, but like the people supporting the event.
Oh, like
Like
it's
they're
a
exploiting
spectacle, or
women.
like you're I have a hard time with that whole when adult women do something by choice when other people mansplain whether they're men or women that you're being exploited, and you're like, no, I'm an adult and I'm doing this by my own volition. Like,
And I know Thor well. He asked
Yeah.
me if I wanted to do it, and he I don't know. I was just you can't ask me
Yeah.
to do a match. I'll say yes. Like it doesn't matter who it is,
Right.
or if I can, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I'll do gi, no gi, absolute freaking man versus
What's the biggest
Gorilla.
woman you've
girl.
ever
Like what?
competed? What's the biggest woman you've ever competed against?
If I had to guess, I'd say 220, 230.
Did you beat her?
No, I didn't get smashed. I mean, I got smashed, but I didn't get, significantly, like,
It
down
wasn't,
in
like, all
points. I
one-sided
didn't
or
get
anything.
subbed. No, it was the Abu Dhabi Pro Trials last year in LA, and it's funny because my good friend Rita, she fought this chick first. So, let me back up.
Mm-hmm.
For the Abu Dhabi Trials, the women have to win the absolute to get the trip, right? So, last year they combined...
You can't just win your weight class?
No.
That's stupid.
So you have to qualify for
Isn't
the
there-
absolute. So you got to win the absolute to go. So you have these girls that are like heavyweight blue belts,
Mhm.
and then you have these purple belts that are like feather and
Right.
lightweight and rooster weight, like
Oh,
small.
little tiny things.
Yeah.
Little
So
girls.
I remember being in the bullpen, and Rita's my good friend, and
Rita from San Diego.
yeah,
Hi, Rita.
we love you.
She was in Vegas, right? I
Yes.
saw her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
was cornering me a little bit. But she goes against the girl that I go against next first, right? So she's out there and she's just getting like smashed on the bottom, and she probably lost 2 points because of smash pass or whatever. She comes out and she's like, she's bleeding from her face.
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude. She's like, don't wrestle her. I'm like, damn it, because that's like
Right.
what I was
That's your
gonna do.
go-to. You're like, oh.
Yeah, and I'm like, man, okay, what am I gonna do? And I go out there, so I'm the next girl that's against this chick, right?
Okay.
I want to say 230. Like, I've never felt like power like this from.
Are we talking like plus muscle like Gabby Garcia, or is she just kind of a bigger woman?
I don't know, bigger woman in between.
Okay.
Not like she's not super.
She's not like.
I mean, Gabby is just like an extreme.
Gabby's like a
example.
big muscle.
Right.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I mean, strong, taller than me, but not like Gabby Garcia, like
Okay.
jacked. So I go out there and I'm trying to get grips and I'm trying to wrestle, and she ends up grabbing on the lapel with both her hands and she swings me like this,
What?
and my feet go off, like fly off the ground, like I
Is that
literally
allowed?
flew. Well, yeah, and in the gi, she just grabbed like a deep collar and then my sleeve or just some other
It was
grip,
like a sweep or something.
and literally just like threw me like this,
Just an
and my
aggressive one.
feet flew off the ground, and I just got like thrown, right, and then I roll,
Oh my
and
god.
then she like whoa, like jumps on me,
Oh my
Jesus
God.
Christ.
and then I'm fighting from the bottom, half guard, trying to come up on an underhook, getting smashed down, trying to come up, getting smashed down, for the whole match. So I was down like 2 points, I think.
Jeez.
So yeah, I hurt my rib. This kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And then there's another, I don't know if she's heavyweight or maybe like right below heavyweight blue belt, that she ended up winning the trip. So all the purple belt girls got
Really?
taken out.
That's
yeah.
such a weird rule. Like,
I don't
you
know.
can be a decent blue belt, but just be really heavy,
Just because
and
you're a
beat
lot bigger.
a really good
Yeah.
purple belt because she's 115 pounds. That seems like a weird weight class. Again, this is exactly what we were talking about with the guy things. At some point, after 30 pounds, your weight takes
You
away
know-
that person's technique.
I understand having the absolute, everybody competes at their own weight, and then
Yeah.
they usually take the winner, and they can compete all at absolutes. But to qualify
That's what I'm saying for the
as a
qualification.
as a
So
qualifier,
they give that
I
trip
think
to
it's kind of weird.
that winner of the absolute, right? So
Right.
that person is
Like, it makes sense
representing
at
the
ABCC to
Right.
have an
right?
absolute.
So-
we're all fighting because we can't afford to do
Of course.
that, you know.
Oh wait, so the absolute winner is just the person that gets
The
their
flight-
trip paid for.
Yes.
But if you win your weight class, you can still qualify to go on your own.
And I think anyone can go and sign up, but it's like $1,000 flight.
Oh jeez.
It's like
Okay.
super expensive. So, you know, jiu-jitsu people don't really have money. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of that, that's a good segue. How are we going to raise money for you?
Yeah. So I made a GoFundMe and I
Yay.
shared it all over my social media. I think you guys shared it too.
We did.
You can find it. I don't even think my name's on it, but it's Grappling Worlds, and then Azerbaijan.
I think it
something
says
like
by
that.
you.
It does. It
It
says,
says
by
like
Bre Stikk.
by
Bre
your
Stikk.
name. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So if you look up Bre Stikk, I'm sure you can find it.
It's on our mat therapy page
it's on
too.
my
Yeah.
Instagram is
I'll share it on
BreJJ. My
mine.
Facebook is Bre Stikk.
We'll reshare it.
yeah,
And we're
that'd be
doing
cool.
a raffle at the beach party this weekend. We have some good
Yeah.
stuff to give away. Nuaza, as always, they're amazing.
Yes.
Oh,
Gave
they're
us some
gonna have some
stuff
stuff?
They
to
gave us
raffle
a
off.
bunch of stuff.
And we've got some mat therapy stuff, some DC comic stuff
Oh, nice.
to raffle off, and
I'll have some gift
we have a
certificates
Datsu-
to float.
Cool.
Uh-huh. Float.
a Datsusara bag.
Yep.
Yeah.
All sorts of things.
Right on.
So.
And my sponsor NutriShop's gonna bring some stuff too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then my friend called me today and they're like, "That's a great idea. I think you should do it." It's kind of like the kissing booth idea.
The
but I'm not
dollar
gonna
a
be
roll?
Kissing. Yeah, but
Jonathan had that idea. He called me. He goes, "I have a crazy idea." I'm like, "What is it?" He goes, "What if everybody pays Bre $1 to like let her take them down?" I'm like, I'm like, it's a great idea, except I don't trust people to not fight back, and I'd be afraid that somebody would spaz out and hurt you.
Yeah.
oh, and
No.
just like crossface.
You know what I mean? But I like the
shoulder
roll
out.
for a minute. I like that.
Yeah, so like $1 a minute or whatever. I'll just
Let's
have
do
like
it.
a jar or something.
Let's
and
do
then
it.
I'll roll all day.
I want you at the end. No, I'm kidding.
By the way,
Yeah.
for anybody listening, by the time you hear this, the beach
Oh, it
party
already
was last
happened.
weekend.
But we're still raising money for Bre, so
That's
if
right,
you want to give
because
us
her
money,
trip's not till October, so
Oh.
there's that.
Because this will come out next week.
it's not live.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So the beach party, it'll be too late. But
We-
as far as raising money for you, guys,
That's
Bexy's
funny.
doing all the editing, so we can't do it live anymore. But you're doing a good job.
I'm
I'm
not
so proud
Lee.
of you.
I'm not
So
Lee.
proud of the job.
I
you're
don't
doing.
have the Lee knowledge yet. I'm
Yet.
working on it.
And we're still
Maybe
getting it, but-
someday.
But you guys saw the Baraka's back.
Yes.
So you call that?
I got it in
Maraca
Mexico.
or
Yeah,
Baraka?
it's a maraca, and I got it in Mexico.
Oh.
When we still had.
But I call it the
Baraka.
Baraka because we still had President Obama in office when I got it.
That's funny. I like that.
And it was held hostage at the studio of the church of what's happening now.
That's
And
true.
What is that?
That's where we used to do the podcast.
Yeah.
Church
That's
of
where
What's Happening
Joey.
Now?
Yeah, it's
Joey
Joey's
Diaz's
podcast.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, I heard you write that a couple times on Facebook, and I was like, I don't know what that is.
It's her religion.
It's a religion.
She's in. Yeah.
It's where I go pray. In case you missed it. Well, for everybody listening, I was on it last week.
Yes.
Go
watch
to
it
that
and listen
episode.
it.
Watch it. Listen
Okay, so did you guys? Anybody see my post that I made on Facebook today?
about.
There is
Probably, but I don't remember.
A small town in Italy
Oh yes.
Oh,
that is paying people $2,000 to move there, and then offering $50 a month rent. And I was like, ooh, we should create a jiu-jitsu village in the middle of Italy.
We're all moving to Italy.
see,
Is
How
this-
awesome would that be?
Is it near
right?
the beach?
I don't know. But that
that's
would
my
be
dream to live
badass,
in
right?
like a fight house, like,
Right?
in San Diego.
But could you imagine like this? It's a pretty town. Like I have the link up.
There's a fight house
It's a
in San
really pretty town. There's one in San Diego, at
Fight
Oceanside.
house?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, is it like through Alliance or you know what I mean?
10th Planet.
It's a 10th Planet fight
Yeah.
house.
Yeah. It's where Gio
What?
Martinez
Gio
was.
Martinez and those guys.
See, I need to get information.
Okay. Look how cute this village is, you
There's a
guys.
whole bunch of them
It's
that
this
live
really cute little village about an hour outside of Genoa, Italy. And where's the pictures?
Oh, which is like a main city.
And it's just like this little cute town, and they'll pay you $50, and we could all move there, and everybody could open a little business, and we can all
Wait,
train all the time.
Why are they having
Alright.
an incentive?
Because they're losing their
Yeah,
population.
what's-
They only have less than 400 people that live there, and people are passing away, and only like
so old people.
a
live
couple
there.
people are having babies. There are young people because like
People having babies.
I think either people moved away and people died, but then only 4 babies were born, so their population is in decline. And
more people
it's-
died than what were born.
Yeah, but it's super cute, and you gotta love it. It's Italy. They're like, well, we have 1 post office, and we have a bed and breakfast, and we have 4 restaurants, because Italy.
Affogatos every day.
Right? But think about that. How awesome would that
Jiu-jitsu.
be? Get a whole bunch of people to move out there.
Oh, I bet
Big
it's
training facility. We all open little businesses, and then we all support each other, and then it's what we do.
I'm gonna have
We
to
could
see what
podcast from there.
I'm gonna have to see what the weather's like there.
Yeah. I can't live where it's
Because,
cold either.
Yeah. See, you're on my
Might be.
You're on.
I'm
you're
just
on my
saying,
team.
this is a
I like
great
the idea.
right?
We'll look into it.
But I do love on the comments, a couple people were like, I'll consider that. As if I was really
Like,
like
for
we
real.
should all move here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
How
it would be
funny.
cool.
Hey, you never know
That's
what
true.
can happen.
This is true.
10th planet, where?
10th planet, yeah,
Genoa or something? No,
No,
it's
no, no.
outside of Genoa.
okay, it's called
But how far outside?
Bormida. Or probably
10th
not with the
planet
Spanish accent.
Bormida.
though. Probably not with the Spanish accent.
Italian's not
I
that
know,
far
I
off.
said-
You're rolling your
10th
eyes.
planet Bormida.
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 10th planet, eh?
I could see you ladies doing that.
It's
This?
50
It's
miles
gotta be
away from
espresso at the front,
Genoa.
though.
Hell yeah.
Where's Genoa? Does anybody know?
Well,
I
perfect, right?
Okay, so fire season is starting.
And then let's reel
Yes.
it back in. Yes, it is.
With the
Tell us
accent.
about the fire season. I'm dying right now.
Oh.
I've never heard you do an accent before.
See, I do some. Do you need?
But is that? Oh, that is Italian.
Do you need any help with
With
voiceovers? I can
I'll
do
let
Italian.
you know when I need a
I'll
fake
put that.
Italian accent.
I'll put that on my list of I can do Italian.
Put that on your resume.
Do you speak any other languages, Bre?
Muy poquito. Muy.
I can cuss at you in Spanish.
There's this guy in Miami, this Cuban guy that I follow that he's just one of those people that makes funny videos on the internet, and he makes fun of like Cubans and just how we are.
Mm-hmm.
And he's in Italy right now, and he's literally like all his stories is he's making fun of these everywhere in Italy. He's like, do you know how to fix the Leaning Tower of Pisa? And he's doing the shot that everyone does, and he's doing this to fix it or something. Sorry.
That's
Anyway,
funny. Like it's a wedge.
yeah, exactly. Everything is
That's funny.
so.
There'd be good food there.
Oh,
It's Italy.
I mean, I've never
That's what I'm
been,
saying, right?
but
Yeah,
It's just
food's
it's
good.
expected.
Yeah.
So it better be.
affogatos.
one of
that's
our-
all.
One of my favorite. So, we went there for our honeymoon. We did a cruise, but we did 3 days
Italy?
in Venice, Italy.
Wow.
And one of my favorite parts was we'd get up in the morning, and then you can just stop into any little shop, and they're all so cool without like trying to be cool, and in the States and like in California, like you can tell when people are trying to be cool.
Mhm.
But people would come into this little shop, and you get your little sandwich and a thing of espresso, and they'd come in and they'd order their espresso, and they'd drink it at the counter, and they'd be like, ciao, and they were like all dressed all cool, and me and Jonathan were like, oh my god, this is so cool.
I wanna
They're just
do
like
that.
being themselves.
Yeah.
They're just living.
They're just cool there, and we're like, oh, that's awesome.
They don't know they're that cool.
Yeah.
That's funny.
What were we talking about before we got into Italy talk? How do we get?
I was
so,
talking about the
No, I
jiu-jitsu
know.
village in Italy. I know.
How do we get there?
I don't know. Well, we
How do
talked
we reel
about
it back in?
Okay, we talked about going to
You segued.
Azerbaijan. What time of year are you going? Is it gonna be fucking freezing?
October.
It's the other side
See,
of the
I
country.
don't.
Their season's
Dude, I've
different.
been to Arizona, Nevada, and Mexico. So I
You've
don't-
never left the United
Literally,
States?
I literally haven't been.
What?
You've never been out like ever like.
No.
Oh, it's gonna be a little bit cold.
Yeah.
We're assuming. We don't
It's,
know.
it's close to Russia, right?
But what time?
In
But,
October?
okay.
What's their seasons like?
Yeah,
Their
but-
seasons are
Yeah,
different
because
from
it's
ours.
far.
Oh, I don't know. If only we had
I'm
the
such a
internet where I
noob,
could
like,
find
when
this
it comes to
information.
traveling.
What's the season in Azerbaijan in October? Is what
Weather
we need to
in
tell,
Azerbaijan. Google.
Tell Google's.
Yeah.
Google.
You can. I think. Oh no,
Hold
my.
on. I got it.
Well,
Hold on.
It depends where it is on the latitude, right?
Weather in Azerbaijan in October.
What was that again?
Oh, bitch. What a horrible one.
Weather in Azerbaijan in October.
I can't check the weather
Baku?
that far out.
That's
but
where you're
here's
going,
the
isn't it?
forecast for the next 10 days.
Oh, the next 10 days it's going to be in the 70s. Just
It's in the
case you wanna see
70s
that.
right now.
I
Well,
feel
that's
like
similar
no,
to
no,
here.
no, because it's north. It's north of the equator, so it's the same. It's the same seasons as us.
Is that how it works?
Right.
Yes,
Yeah, because I know it's some with the latitude.
it's
I didn't
only
know if-
south of like
New Zealand's
south of
opposite.
Ecuador. Yeah,
But
their
if they're on
seasons
the
are
other side,
opposite.
it's not different if they're on the other side of the world.
No, because we're in this.
Because we rotate and the sun like hits the same
Okay.
spot. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, Syria's no help, but it's going to be cold.
Let's see. Let's.
Well, I will bring my down jacket.
We're going to have to get you a jacket.
Some what are those things that go under your, like when you go skiing?
Yeah, Lila and I went
Flannel?
to
Oh,
Like
they have a name.
I know I can't think of it. Those underwear.
Long Johns.
Those things.
Yeah. So Lila and I went to New York in, when did we go? Was it January?
I think so. January.
And
February.
and she brought a pea coat. She's like, why is it so
Did
cold?
you go the
I'm
weekend
like,
of my birthday?
yeah. We're
First
like,
weekend of
it's
February.
because it's New York. And it's
Yeah.
like 3 degrees.
More north.
You have to, and then she borrowed her friend's jacket and she's like, oh, this is a whole different world. Because she was like, this is ridiculous. Why is it so cold here? I'm going to die.
You guys train?
We went and did 2 women's self-defense seminars out there.
Oh, how cool!
It was really cool. We have a friend. I have a friend who has a lingerie line, and it's all about women's empowerment. Like it's lingerie that you're supposed to be able to see under people's clothes, and instead, she was launching her
I like
third. Like something like what you're wearing, where you're supposed to see it, and
Like sports bra or
It's-
lingerie.
yeah, it's lingerie. It's like bras that are very fashionable, so you're supposed to wear them
Like
with
it's
like
okay
tank
if they
tops
stick
that are-
Yeah, like this one is one I
It's
wear
exactly
like
like
for
that.
cutouts and
Yeah. It's exactly like that.
I do.
Like her catchphrase. What is it when a brand has like a
Slogan?
meant to be seen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Like that.
Of course, I can't remember the name of it right now, or else I would tell everybody. It'll come to me. Anyway, she was launching her third line, and instead of having a party, since her brand is all about women's empowerment, she asked us to come out and do a
Seminar.
women's self-defense seminar, and the ladies loved it.
How cool.
Yeah. Saint
Yeah.
Rita. Saint Rita. That's
Is the name of it?
Yeah.
Saint Rita.
Yeah.
I'll have to look at that.
It's really cool. Or it's spelled STRTA. No, it looks like, I thought it was Strita, because it looks, the way it's spelled, I thought it was Strita.
Oh, it looks like all
but
one
it's
word.
Saint Rita, it's all
Separated.
pushed, yeah.
Ah.
And she's apparently Saint Rita is the patron saint of all things impossible. I was like, that's really
Ooh,
good.
She did her
It's
research.
really good
Yeah,
company
she
name.
put a lot of
Yeah.
good things together.
And then she took us for some legit Chinese food in Chinatown,
Ooh.
and it was super cheap.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
See, I love like when you travel and you hit those little local spots.
It was so awesome. So we did the seminar in Soho in these badass lofts, and then afterwards she's like, "What are you guys doing?" And we were like, "We don't know." And she was like, "Let's go out to eat in Chinatown." And we were like, "Fuck yeah, let's go out to eat in Chinatown."
That's cool.
So we went to this place and it was amazing.
Right on.
Okay, so you've never been outside of the Southwest.
No.
That's
I know, so
amazing
I'm
to
like,
me.
I'm actually really
This is
excited.
amazing.
This is gonna be your first trip
Okay,
out.
start getting your
Oh, you need a passport.
passport now.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Yeah.
I need to
Put
do
that
Yeah.
in place now.
Just
'Cause you
I'm
don't
gonna
wanna
have
wait
to
till the
deal with
last
it.
minute.
Yeah.
I need to do that.
How much money do you need to raise? Do you have a number yet?
I just talked to people that competed last year, and they're saying about $2,000.
Have you looked
So-
up like plane tickets and stuff? How much?
They were saying it's about 1,000 something.
Okay, that makes sense. Do you guys all fly out as a team?
But you have to like go somewhere and then fly from there
Oh,
to
I'm
there.
sure.
It's
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know anything
Yeah.
about the stuff. So
But that's what. Are you guys traveling as a team? Is somebody like
I have no idea.
wrangling you
I haven't
guys?
gotten like the team email yet or anything.
really
Yeah,
interesting? Blair,
get on it.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
that's really cool. Do you get to? You know how when they go to the Olympics and they have like the jumpsuits,
Oh,
say
I
Team
want
USA?
USA warm up so bad,
That would be
Right?
awesome.
dude.
That'd be so
you know
cool.
me, I'm like always.
I can't wait till they start making USA grappling, the way the USA
Yeah,
wrestling
I know we wanted to
stuff
buy
is.
shirts and stuff while we were there, and they didn't have them.
That's gonna
I
happen.
know, right?
Like Matt Therapy could make them for you.
It'll happen.
I remember USA Grappling, like when I wrestled, there would be USA Grappling at USA Wrestling tournaments, or they had their own events, and there was never
No.
girls. And this was when I was in high school, so
Lame.
shoot, 8 years ago, like 6 years ago,
Oh, your
you
baby.
know,
Your baby.
2011.
Oh, you graduated in 2011. Okay.
Shush.
What year were you born?
93.
Oh my god.
I was a freshman in high school.
Were you?
Yes.
Hey.
Yeah.
I was in 6th grade.
I know, I'm
93.
an old lady. Yeah.
You guys look great, so
Well, thank you.
that's all that matters.
I always tell people beating up younger
I feel
people.
like crap usually, generally.
Beating up
To
younger
make
I'm like
yourself feel
24,
better.
like my neck cracked, my back. I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't imagine when I'm like,
Can you imagine what's going to be going on with our knees when we're like
oh, my knees
in
are
our
already.
80s?
Oh,
Especially
when
with all the
you're-
leg
in your
locks
80s,
that we're
dude.
Do you
doing.
want to know what's going on with my knees in my 30s?
That's
they
what
were
I'm
going on
saying.
in my 20s. I'm pretty sure it started in my teens.
Right, well, because you skated all those years. But
Yeah.
think of all of us that are
Oh.
like doing leg locks every day now. Could
Dude,
you imagine when we hit like
defending heel
80?
hooks.
Yeah. My ankles are like on permanent like sprain
Jiu-jitsu,
status.
man.
You'll be fine with the weather.
What is it?
It'll be, the highs are like in the high 60s, in the 60s or 70s, and then the lows are.
Oh, okay, that's not so bad.
It doesn't change.
I thought you were gonna be freezing.
No, not that time of year.
That's good because I'm such a wuss in the cold.
Yeah, for sure.
Like-
Especially if you've never left the
Look at this.
Southwest.
This tells you all by month, by even by the day.
Wow.
You
Is that
can
an
even-
app? What are you looking
I
on?
don't know, weatherspark.com. Thank you, weatherspark.com, for helping us out with this information today. I appreciate that.
What's
You'll be
tattooed on
fine.
your foot, Brie?
Savage.
Ah, I like it.
You never seen that?
No.
Can we put Matt on?
Savage. I'm gonna put a
Savage.
little
Savage.
accent mark.
I like it.
Savage.
I couldn't get a tattoo on my foot. I have hyperhidrosis.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I sweat. I sweat. Feel my hands. My feet sweat. They feel like baby
Like
feet.
it's constant.
Yeah. They feel like baby feet.
Wait,
I
because
can't-
you would sweat your ink out.
Even when I was doing Muay Thai every single day, I've never been able to get calluses on my feet.
Hyperhidrosis.
Oh, I didn't think about got that. Look at
Uh-huh.
you,
At least they
non-callousy.
stay
I don't know if
soft.
that's good or not.
They're like, yeah, it's
Sometimes
annoying.
that could work against you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that, and then I got my side tattooed for Matt. I got his quote.
He was your friend, right?
Yeah, he was like good
Right.
friend, training partner, and yeah, he passed away in
Best
March.
homie. I remember when he passed away. That was so sad. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it was like it's changed my whole life for sure. Like
How?
well, I mean, me and Matt got super close, and we were training for all these tournaments together. You know, Pan Am's. He had fights already, and
It was a week before Pan Am's, right?
it was
so?
so
A week
it
or
was.
two?
He died the night before Abu Dhabi Pro
Oh, jeez.
LA trials, right? And then 2 weeks before, so that was 2 weeks before Pan Am's, and we were like training together, and he had this like vibe and energy that I've like never experienced before. Like
Yeah.
it was amazing, especially like in jiu-jitsu. Like this guy would go 10 rounds and just go hard the whole time and like get people to train more, and like I got addicted to it, and it'd make me train harder, make me train longer. Everyone in the gym would train harder and longer, and it was awesome.
He was your teammate at street
Street
sports?
sports, yeah.
Awesome. What's your favorite memory of him?
Oh, I'm gonna cry, dude.
No, don't cry.
So for his birthday, his birthday was a couple weeks later, but he had a tournament. He did the All Americas, North American All Americas, right? So he had to compete no gi on a Saturday and then gi on a Sunday, and he was cutting a little weight, and I wanted to be like supportive friend, and so I drove him, and I got him a Bellator ticket for his birthday. So Bellator was Saturday night,
Okay.
right? So, and it's like pouring rain. It's in Cerritos, and the streets are like flooding. So we get to the tournament, and I'm like coaching him. I'm coaching against like Mayhem Miller.
Nice.
Like it was cool. And he ends up taking down everybody, getting like sick throws. And I introduced him to Blanca and like Kenny Jewell, and they got like great pictures of him. And then that night,
My neighbor and his music. Sorry.
oh, it's okay. So then that night we go to Bellator, and it's like a sick card, and his best friends end up being there. My whole team is pretty much there, so we all watched Bellator together, and then went to like Chicken and Wop, like Roscoe's after, and then the next day he had to fight Guy. So I did the same thing. I like drove him out, I coached him, I videoed him, and then he won like triple gold. Like he won everything.
That's awesome.
So, and again, it's like pouring rain. Like the entire parking lot, like is up to like my ankle.
Wow.
Like our feet were just
Right.
we're just like fuck, and like run to the car. So we like run to the car, and we get in, and he's like, "Hey, I want to take a funny picture," and I'm like, "What?" Like it's like we're soaked in from the rain, and he's like, "Yeah," and he ties his blue belt around his head, and then he puts on these like I have these like construction glasses in my car from fire season, like they just look ridiculous. And he puts them on, and then he like takes his gi off, and he's like, "Yeah, just take some pictures," and he has all his medals on. And then he's standing in the rain, and it's just like, he's just getting soaked, and he's like, doing all this shit, and all this cracking up, taking all these pictures. And, yeah, that was awesome. That was the funniest memory.
Are you going to frame any of those? You should.
I posted a lot of them after he passed, like, on his Facebook, and they used a lot of them at his funeral. In, like, slideshows, and they printed them out and stuff. But it was just, like, it was totally just, like, his essence, you know?
Right.
Like, he was such a jokester, but he was like kick-ass, like he was so good, and he won everything, and then he was just really lighthearted. So it was just like a perfect representation of him. But I still, like, I have dreams like where we're hanging out or whatever, and it's like pouring rain, and it's like it's weird. But yeah, that's definitely like what sticks out for
That's
sure.
a really cool way to honor his
cute.
memory.
Yeah.
How's Kenny doing?
Kenny's
The
doing
last time
good.
you were on the podcast, in case anybody doesn't know,
Mhm.
Kenny Bond had just had brain surgery because they found benign tumors, right?
Malignant.
Oh, they were malignant.
Yeah.
Okay, so they were able to remove them all, and the cancer. They
yeah.
got it all
So
out, right?
as of now, his last scan was like a couple weeks before Pan Am's. His like quarterly scan. And I guess it was like the most imperative scan because if the tumors were still there, it means like he's gonna have to be like keep fighting really hard, and he was clear.
Yay.
So that was like a big
That must have
milestone.
been a huge relief.
Yeah.
And it was like the same week as Matt died, and I remember just like
Jeez.
I was just going to training, but like I didn't even want to train. I was just like in a really like heavy spot. And he's like, "Hey Bre, like I know you need some good news right now," and my scan came out clear.
Oh, it's gonna make me cry.
I know, me too. And I was like, "Oh yeah, that's good." And then he fought at Pan Am's 2 weeks later.
Did he?
That's so
Yeah,
awesome.
And he started chemo like the week before, like because
What
he
a
has to do
badass.
like chemo
Yeah.
and then off of it
Holy
and then
shit.
chemo, and he trains every night. Like
Wow.
he's still tough as nails. He went back to work. He's incredible. Like
Wow.
he's been like a really big like motivator for me and anybody, you know.
Yeah,
for
Not
sure.
just
Sure.
jiu-jitsu people. Like this guy's a family man and a coach and a business owner, and he has another job. Like he's a nurse manager and a competitor. You know,
Wow.
Pan Americans. Like he went out there and fought Jay Zavellos, John Jock's like right hand man.
Yeah.
And they had a really good, pretty damn even match, and it went ref's decision to Jay. But it was cool.
That's
Wow.
Definitely
awesome.
really
He's
awesome.
got a good team out there.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really cool.
So everyone's just been having to hold together, and it's just been tough. It's been street sports, been taking hits, man.
Yeah,
And
it sounds like it. But
we
it
had
seems
another
like you guys
guy-
are like a good family out there.
Yeah, we're tight for sure. You know, not everyone's like big in the comp scene, but as far as like family and being there for each other, big time. But we had Kenny, and then Matt passed, and then like 2 weeks later, one of our guys has stage 3 colon cancer.
Oh Jesus!
And he's
Seriously?
like Kenny's
Lord.
age, yeah. So he's like fighting that too. Purple belt, like super just nice guy.
What's his
uh,
name?
His name's Mike Buck.
Mike Buck. Send
yeah.
you some love. That's some
Yeah.
tough shit, man.
So it's just
Wait, no, that sounded really bad. I'm not saying tough shit. I'm saying that sounds like some very hard stuff to
Trials
go
I
and
didn't even
tribulations
catch that,
and-
but
I apologize. That did not come out the way that I
I know,
meant it
you
to
don't
That
have
is
sound.
to
not meant to
mouth.
be.
Yeah. That sounds like some very hard trials to go through when we're sending you love as you go through it.
Yes. Yes.
yeah, it's just
It's one thing
I'm
after
totally
another
different.
over there.
after all this stuff, like
What do
You know
what,
what,
what
though?
do you
I've
feel
noticed-
is different? Like, what do you feel is different about you?
you notice something?
Because I saw you go through all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like you have personally found some peace. Like from the last time that I saw you, and I can see it in your face and in your eyes, that you have somehow found some spiritual peace. And I know that you
Absolutely.
were definitely trying to find that.
Yeah, and I can't really put my finger on the day I changed, but I was fighting like depression and like
Yeah.
anxiety and all this stuff and like these things that like I've never really dealt with, and I've always been like this tough chick, like, you know, wrestle, footer, I'm like all these tough things, and all my friends are always coming to me, and I'm always the anchor,
Yeah.
and
You're expected to be the strong one.
I'm expected to be this like freaking just like tough, solid anchor chick, right?
Right.
For all my friends, all the time. And Kenny was the first time that I actually like showed emotion in front of my team, and that was like super hard for me. But then it was soon when Matt died, that was like, and I found out like at the tournament, right, at the Abu Dhabi Pro, and then we bought tickets to EBI.
Oh my gosh.
And I was with Marco, and he's like, I don't know, Bre, like, I know this is, like, crazy, but do you want to go? And I'm like, yeah, I'll just try to go and, like, not think about it. And I was just, I was, like, crying at EBI, and I was like, oh. But from that point, maybe for 2 months, I was like, I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to do jiu-jitsu. I didn't want to go to work. I still did, but I had, like, no joy. I felt like, I don't know, it made me rethink
You're just going through the
everything in my
motions.
life. I was like what's important? It makes you like really like focus on whoa, like certain things are important and certain things are just not.
And everything else
Yeah.
isn't.
You know, like perspective,
Yeah.
and you know your money and all the shit you have and what people think about you, like your what do you look like, your image, all that stuff. Like that stuff doesn't mean anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's about your relationships with people, and maybe just rethink like all my relationships, you know, with my parents, with my friends, like my past like boyfriends or whatever, like
Yeah.
those type of things. Like having fulfilling relationships with people you love is like so important. And you know, you argue with people like your mom or whatever, and then I end up like cutting people out because I'm just like so focused all the time, and it made me rethink everything. And I'm like fixing relationships and cutting out stuff that's like doesn't serve me. And yeah, I've been doing like a lot of meditating. I've been doing yoga, a lot of hiking, a lot of just like mental work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I catch myself thinking negatively or like self-doubt, and I go, nope, I'm gonna win. Like, I'm gonna do well at this for like tournaments.
Yeah.
For as a good example, like I had a lot of self-doubt and a lot of like mental blocks I didn't know I had, and ego. I had a lot of ego.
Yeah.
And I realized like I did things because I felt good to win. You know, like it always feels good when people think well of you. You know,
Yep.
when you win a tournament and stuff like that. But like that doesn't mean anything. At the end of the day, it's like how you're fulfilled. You know.
Yeah.
So I was doing a lot of things, and people always saying like, "Oh, you're doing so good, Bre. Like you're doing this. Like you got it figured out." And I'm like, in
Yeah.
my own head, I'm like, I'm not happy. I'm not fulfilled. I don't think I have it figured out. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And now I feel like I really do have like a peace of mind, and I have a direction, and this tournament was kind of like the pinnacle of when like I think I figured it out, you know.
Yeah.
And I just went out there and I didn't care about winning or losing. I just wanted to do jiu-jitsu, and then it worked. Like
Sometimes I think those tragedies, or even if it's not a tragedy, there's usually something that happens. I've noticed in a lot of people's lives, happens about mid-20s. I had an experience. And that, whatever that experience is, whether it's a tragedy or you just go through something that changes who you are as your being, that's the point that you become a woman. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
you go through this metamorphosis where, oh, I'm a young 20-year-old, and you know I'm super focused on whatever it is that I'm focused on, be it competing or being, you know, young, going out and partying or whatever, and then there's like a thing that like really cements life for you,
Mm-hmm.
and then everything's different. Like if you look back at your life, and you can pick that point as like a turning point in your life. And
I just had this conversation with Casey Houston.
dude, Casey's the best. We love
Exactly,
him.
like what
Yeah.
you're saying is like exactly. He's talking about like a reset.
Casey and I are about the same age, so I
Yeah.
think that's where the perspective comes from.
Mm-hmm.
Is that you're able to look back and go, oh, that was my turning point, and you see it. That's what I saw in you. Like your energy changed from the
Mhm.
last time that I saw you, and it doesn't.
I'm at peace right now.
Yes,
and it's
you're
weird because,
grounded.
like after Matt died, I think like Matt's death was like just the last drop of water in the cup before it like
Yep.
overfilled with just like all kinds of stuff my whole life that
Yeah.
I've always been like, oh, hold it back 'cause I'm tough, you know, and I got to be tough for other people. And my job is I'm always service job. I'm a medic. I'm like always there for others,
Yep.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And this was a time I was like, I can't do it anymore. Like
Yeah.
I can't be that for everybody, and I had to shut people out for a little bit and until I figured my stuff out. And yeah, I totally just changed my way of thinking, and I'm at peace. And it's weird because I don't think I've ever been at peace. Like I always have like had little anxieties of like, you know, worry and oh, you need to do this, Bre, you need to get this done, you need to grind hard, you need to do this, and like sacrifice sleep. And it just wasn't healthy. Like, and I've been doing it for years, thinking and with good purpose, but
Yeah.
it's not like a sustainable thing. And my mental was like just couldn't handle it anymore.
You know what I used to tell my clients when I was a massage therapist? That, and mostly to women, but it applies to everybody. Our energy, how we take care of other people, especially people like you who are constantly giving to other people,
Mm-hmm.
is not a faucet. It's not this never-ending.
I wish, but
You know what I mean? It's not this never-ending thing.
Mhm.
It's we're more like pitchers, and you, in order to serve other people, you have to take the time to serve yourself and refill your pitcher.
Mhm.
That's the only way you'll ever be available spiritually, mentally, and physically for other people, is to take care of yourself first. It's not a selfish thing,
it's
but you
just
do
what you have to
to
do.
learn to love yourself and
Yeah,
take
of
care of
course.
yourself first. And that is a lesson that some people learn way too late, and it's really awesome that you're learning it really early in your life, because it will help serve you in the type of life that you lead.
Totally.
It seems like it was kind of forced upon you because of the situations that have
Yeah.
surrounded
But I think
you.
that's what happens. I think we
I don't
always
know.
get
I
thrown
think
into stuff.
I think everybody's situation is different, because like I think back at, how old are you?
24.
24.
Did you have something in your 20s that maybe changed who you
That's
were?
I was just thinking about that, like while listening to you guys talk about this, and there was really
No?
like I didn't have anybody. I've never had. I'm trying to think. I'm literally trying to run through my life. Like, I've had family members that have passed away,
Yeah.
but no, you know, there was never, I think I had, my great aunt was probably the most shocking, you know, my great uncle was kind of quick, but nobody like my age, nobody that I was,
But was
It's
there
also
ever
like how-
any event?
nobody that was
Sure.
close to me, or, you know, in that moment that, you know, that I saw every day, like someone like you that I see all the time, or you know what
Yeah.
I mean? You know,
But was there something else?
breaking up with my first long-term
That
relationship.
could be it too.
That was and that was definitely a big thing in my life. I feel like I've more slow, my process of what she's going through has come slower throughout the years, and that's what I was
That's
trying
fair.
to say, is that everybody,
Yeah.
you know, it comes to everybody differently and at different times. I've always, even since I was a teenager, I feel like I have come to, I don't know, realizations. I've learned lessons later than I should have.
That's fair. I kind of feel like that for myself a little bit too.
You know, I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of like what, you know, she's talking about, the what she was kind of forced to go into, I've been going through for the last couple of years. I still think it's
I
a
agree.
process. I think
I
that
agree.
I think I'm on the uphill part of it at this point.
I don't know. I think I've seen you go through it. Maybe you're almost to the top. Maybe.
I don't know if I'm almost to the top. I'm definitely on the uphill portion, but it's funny because there's still dips in there.
Oh, for sure.
Like, you know, for instance, and I know that this, I cannot compare this to anything that you have gone through, because it's not even close. It's not even
But
close.
everyone has degrees, and
But everybody goes through their own personal things, and for me, when I got this injury,
Mm-hmm.
I like this pain, and I know this doesn't compare to anybody that you know, that has passed away, or that anybody that has cancer or anything like that. I'm not trying to compare my story with anybody. It's just what I was going through in that moment, or during that time when my back was spasming, or my neck, and being here on this floor right here where you guys are looking. I didn't know, like, my mental state was not, it was in a really bad place.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, I can understand that, because like I had shoulder surgery. I was out for 2 years. I couldn't do jujitsu, and I couldn't lift.
How old were you?
I went to paramedic school because I had shoulder surgery.
Oh.
Yeah, so it worked out. Like, I made the right decision, but it was hard. Like, I was doing tests in a sling, like taking Norco, you know, for the pain meds and all that stuff, and like, I know exactly how that is. It's like everything you love you can't do, and then you're sitting there like, is it just gonna get better? Like, feeling hopeless and in pain, and it's like, it's tough, man.
I mean, I always have that bit in my mind that says everything's gonna be, you know, you're
Yeah.
gonna get through all this, and I think that's what keeps me, you know, that's what keeps me going ultimately, because, I mean, there, you know.
What did you? So you know how Bre was able to find like this peace within herself and this grounded place.
It takes a lot of work.
Yeah, for sure.
It's literally like mental work,
Mm-hmm.
and it was hard. I mean, it's weird because it's only May, and Matt died in March, but like, man, I freaking would run like 6 miles and sit at the top of a hill, and I'd be like, why, God? Like I'd just ask like crazy questions like that, and then like, you know, I would think about this in my life, this in my life, this in my life, and I'd like meditate on it. I was listening to like all these podcasts. I went to all these different churches. I went to a spiritual center.
I remember when you're going to.
I was just like getting all these pieces from
Looking for
all
an answer.
over the place. Yeah, I felt desperate, you know, because
That's
I knew I had to do
completely legit.
something, because
Yeah.
I was like, you know, I know people with I know a lot of people with depression. A lot of my friends, you know, growing up, they feel like they can't make money, they're not happy, whatever it is. It's really, really common, but they don't do anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
They drink, they party, they don't change their job, they don't do anything about it.
They let it consume them.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm losing tournaments, I'm not doing good, like, I'm in the online school, I'm starting fire season, like, my workouts, everything was suffering. You know, my relationships with people, everything was suffering. And I was like, I either can let this break me, or I can pretend like nothing's wrong, because that's what I always do, or I can freaking figure it out and fix it. And it just happened for me. And listening to different things, I listen to a lot of Michael Beckwith.
I love him.
I love him.
Agape. He's the. Does he call himself a preacher? What does he call himself? He's the spiritual leader of the Agape Center in Culver City. He's amazing. I love the Agape
I love
Center.
it, man.
That's so. The reason I'm asking you guys, sorry to get all like Barbara Walters on you guys, but I know there's somebody listening to this podcast, and maybe they don't have friends to sit around and talk about. So that was like. You went to a whole bunch of different spiritual places. You were doing physical things. You were physically seeking out like this peace. How about you? You were stuck on your floor. Your back was spasming. You literally couldn't move for like a week. So have you found that peace? Are you still looking for it? What's your path right now? What are you doing?
I think well, for starters, I think a part of. It's funny because it was part of like the.
Because you also
the
didn't talk to
symptoms.
anybody. We text and talk every day. She didn't tell me what was going on for like probably 3 or 4 days.
It's really interesting that you say that, because one of the things that I realized, and I know this about me, but I definitely like. I definitely saw it in that moment, and I don't know how to fix it. Like it's how I've always been. Is when something's wrong with me, like if I'm upset, like with you, when I see you, you see it in my face, and that's one thing, like anybody would see it in my face. Like my emotions are all on my face. If I'm pissed, if I'm happy,
you don't have a good poker face.
Not at all. I have no poker face. That's why I don't know how to play it. So it's one thing when I'm in front of you. I wasn't in front of you. I was here. I was by myself.
Yeah.
There was nobody. And for starters, that feeling of loneliness and being in pain, you can't move on your floor, was what was causing this little downward spiral that I was on.
Yeah.
That was a big part of it. But reaching out for help. Like when I'm in that state, if I'm sad, if I'm in that case, I was depressed. Like there's no other term to use. There was a few people that reached out to me, and I kind of tried to open up, but it was kind of rough to stop. Okay, Joey. Well, am I gonna stand here with the open hydro flask?
I mean, sure, it's hard for you to. I did the same thing. It's hard for me to ask for help. For anything.
That's a tough life.
Like literally, I literally wanted, and there are a few people that can attest to it, and then none of them live near. That I literally said, I wish somebody was just here right now. All I wanted was somebody.
Did you call any? Like, you didn't call me.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to explain. That this is not something that I do, but I did. There was a few people that were talking to me that I was having, conversations, like back and forth conversations with, that I said, I literally just wish somebody was here. Somebody sitting next to me. Somebody to tell me it was going to be okay. But for me to reach out and do that doesn't work that way for me. Not in my head. Okay.
Well, see, I'm like that too, but it's about like.
But you reached out
retraining.
You
sound
like
did.
you
I
reached out, but
church.
to places. Yeah, you went.
So many people, I don't know. It's a weird balance because I felt like I didn't know what to do, and because I feel like I always have the answers.
Yeah.
For everybody else. So I'm realizing like my mental state is not improving. People are trying to tell me how I'm supposed to feel, and I'm like, or every day it's like, how you doing, Bre?
It's gonna be fine. You're
doing
gonna
better?
get through this.
And I'm like, it's been a week. I'm like,
punch someone in the throat.
yeah, I mean, so I was so angry I went through all the grief phases, but like, I'm not okay, And I would say that. I show up to practice. How are you doing? Are you okay? Are you doing better? This is like the same week, and I'm like, no, like I'm not okay.
Yeah, like that's not something you get over.
like, I couldn't even, like, fathom, like, people asking me that question. And
Thank
it's
you.
like, I get it, like, if they weren't connected with Matt like I was, but I don't know. I didn't even know Matt too long, but, you know, we'd go drive to practice when nobody else wanted to go train, you know, when the gyms closed for the holidays, just because, like, we had that, like, understanding, that common ground, you know? And we'd talk about, like, I knew it bothered him, you know? I knew it kept him up at night and all that type of stuff, and other people didn't know that stuff, you know? Like, his buddy guy friend in the gym, they didn't know that, so for someone to, like, just, oh, like, I should be feeling better by now?
Right.
No.
No. I was like, no, I'm not okay. I'm working on it, but I'm not okay, and I think that's pretty much normal.
Well, I
People
think
are trying to tell me how to grieve and tell me how to feel, and I'm like, so I just kind of had to do my own thing, and I figured it out, for sure.
I haven't had anybody incredibly close to me pass, but I've read, basically that, you know, you don't get over the pain of losing somebody. You learn how to live with it.
Yeah.
And but I think that because people are so uncomfortable with other people's emotions, like they need other people to be okay. You okay? You okay? Okay, good. Because then I don't have to deal with your emotions. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
And
think
it's
people
mostly
don't know
they
how
don't
to
know how
handle
to
it.
deal with it. Yeah.
They don't know how to handle it or how to.
I mean, they just need to, people don't realize, like, just them being there, like you said, just being there, we don't have to microanalyze it, and I don't have to talk about it a million times.
And I think people think that they have to do more when literally, like,
No, it's just like,
it was literally just
sit
sit
with
next to me.
train with me, whatever it is, just like,
Yeah.
drive with me, you know,
Yeah.
whatever it was, but at the same time, it's like, I have a lot of, I don't know, I do a lot of stuff, like, I do all these tournaments, I'll go do crazy stuff just because, like, I do what I want to do, and I'm tired of, like, not everybody, but people flaking a lot.
Yep.
And not understanding me and not understanding what I want to do. So I just go do it my own. You know?
I think that's a big challenge of being an alpha woman. I know that when I was younger, I was a lot like you. I'm gonna go do it. Goodbye. Like,
Yeah.
I'll just go do
People
it.
freak out when
And,
I
yeah,
drive to
people are like,
Vegas
"What?"
by myself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, no one else is going to drive me to my tournament. Like, I'll cut weight and drive too. Like, you know, so.
Have you gotten to a point where, because I feel like I have, because I was kind of like that, like I used to go to concerts by myself, like I knew I wasn't going to expect people to buy concert tickets for something that
Right.
they didn't necessarily want to go to, or
Right.
maybe I wanted to go all 3 nights that the band was playing, and I'm not going to expect some, so one night I'm going to go alone.
Yeah.
But I feel like now I've gotten to a point where, like, I don't, with certain things, I just don't even ask.
Yeah.
Because
But
I
that's
used to
the
ask all the
challenge of-
time, and then.
Being tough is to allow yourself to be vulnerable enough to let people into the squishy part of you. Because no, seriously, for people like us, being tough is easy. That's the part that comes
Right.
easy. You know what I mean?
No, I
Being
know.
tough, letting somebody, punch you in the face, like all of that is so easy. Showing your vulnerable side and being like, "Hey, can you come sit with me? I'm really lonely. I'm scared that my back is hurt."
That's the
Like,
hardest. That was the
that
hardest
is
part. For
1000% the hardest part is being vulnerable to people and taking that chance that they might not step up the way that you ask them to step up.
Yeah.
But it's also the biggest reward about having like that closeness with people and friends and
Yeah,
and
your
who
connections with people, your
Mhm.
relationships, you know. And
But you're right. I think learning human connection is probably the biggest gift we can ever give ourselves. Personally, I think at this
Yeah,
point in my
well-
life, I 100% agree with that.
if you think about this, like, we grow up and we're supposed to go to school, we're supposed to get a job, and we're supposed to buy a house, supposed to buy a car, we're supposed to get all these things.
Supposed to do a lot of shit.
Supposed,
that's
to,
all
supposed to
bullshit.
do a lot of stuff, right? But if you hate if you're so unhappy, I always think of like Robin Williams.
Yeah.
You know? And I know he
Yeah.
had like a mental illness, I think.
I think he had a physical
starting.
illness. That's when he finally, at the end, from what I've read, I don't know certainly, he was facing something along the lines of ALS. Like it was, he was going to face such a horrible physical deterioration that was his answer.
Right.
Which I get it.
I mean,
Yeah.
people kill themselves all the time, and you wouldn't, celebrities, right? They have all this money, they have all these things that people think is like what makes them happy, and they're not happy.
No.
You know,
It's connection
they're
and
fighting
having
depression,
something in
they're
your
doing
life
drugs,
that you love.
all this stuff. So, think about this. Like, think about you had the dream house, the car, all this money where you don't have to stress. But, like, you don't have relationships, like, fulfilling relationships with your parents, your brothers, your sisters, your cousins, you know, your significant other, your children.
Yep.
Like, what's the point?
Totally agree.
I'd rather be in a shack on a beach somewhere,
Totally.
just totally stoked with people I love.
Or like a little Italian village full of jujitsu people.
And jiu-jitsu, yeah.
Right?
Pays you
Fulfilling
to live there?
relationships and jiu-jitsu.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm with you. Totally.
That pays you to live there.
Yeah, it's
This is a
weird
very
because
good
it's
therapy
like,
session, ladies. See, it's mat therapy. Oh,
this is therapy.
We'll off the mat therapy.
But it's still therapy. See,
It is.
it's all,
Yeah.
it's all feeding the soul. Mat therapy for the soul. That's gonna be our next series.
Good stuff.
Mat therapy for the soul.
No, it's interesting. Like, even just that time. I think one of the biggest things that kept crossing my mind, and by no means am I saying that, like,
Look, your
getting-
experiences are yours.
No,
so
I know,
don't
no.
apologize
I'm
for
not.
them.
I wasn't gonna make any. Where I was mentally is not as bad as I'm about to make it sound, but I understand now more. It's not that I didn't understand it before, but I definitely the people's cry for helps, and you know, whether it's on social media or however it may be, but like,
Important.
just depression it's a real thing.
For sure, it's a
and-
real thing.
And it's so mental, and you know,
There's
someone's cat could die, and that's the end of the world for them, or something.
and it's not
severe.
for anybody to I just depression has such a bad, like, you see people bummed out, people hurt, people whatever it may be. You know what I felt like for there at times? I felt like people were like tiptoeing around me. Like people that I actually saw where, again, you can see it in my face, like I could barely fucking move because I had to find a way of going to work even though I was useless for that week.
Yeah.
I was still there. They let me come in, and you know, I'm thankful for them for letting me come in and be fucking useless for the day and still get paid.
Yeah.
But there was, you know, people that I talked to and people that I saw, like, you know, you tell them or they see it in your face and it's like, they're almost like,
They don't know how to handle it. Yeah.
"Oh, so we're gonna," like they think it's better to, and maybe for some people, I'm sure for some people it is, they want to be just left alone.
Yeah.
But like, I'm literally like, I get to a point sometimes where like, I just want someone to hug me.
But
and
you've got to be willing to say that back.
I know that. I know that I don't. I'm not, I get it.
Yeah.
I understand that. But what I'm saying is that people, the way they treat or act around someone who is suffering from whatever it may be, it's sad.
Yeah, for sure.
It's sad. Because the last thing you want is someone to be like,
Yeah.
it just makes you feel
That's
even
how
worse.
I felt too.
It just
That
makes you
people
feel
didn't
worse.
know
Because
how
I was
to deal
like
with
very
it.
expressive with what I was going through, and I didn't care. You know, I was like, I made some like deep posts on Instagram or whatever, but it didn't matter because like, it was good for me, and it's like you said, there's people out there that see that stuff, and I got people messaging me on Facebook.
And I bet
other girls.
the most random people.
Oh yeah, and they're like,
The
Bre,
most
like I
unexpected
totally like
people
I'm
were there
going
for
through
you, I
this,
bet.
and I connected like with what you said, and I was like, oh, well, that was cool. Like,
Yeah. It is
you
weird
know?
how many people will reach out to you.
and then they're seeing like how well I'm doing in jiu-jitsu and stuff, and
it's
they're
always
like
unexpected
motivated. Yeah, it's like people I've never met.
Some you've never met. Some are people that you know, but you're not that close with, and they reach out to you. Yeah.
I think that's the cool thing about the internet. I know the internet comes along and social media comes along with a lot of bullshit, but the times that you do get to connect to people through mat
And it's the
therapy,
people that are open-minded and they're not on here. Oh,
For
this
sure. Or
person's
they understand,
Stupid.
they
Like,
or
so
yeah,
judgmental.
yeah. We
That's
have
their own issues.
hi Ben.
you
We have
know?
somebody that listens to us that he doesn't even he's trained a little bit, but doesn't really. He started listening to us because of Lee. I think right. He listened to Lee and Joey, and then he
If
started
you're
listening to
asking
us.
like he's gonna answer right now.
Anyway, he and I were messaging the other night, and he was like, yeah, "Hey, you know, this cool, thanks. And I was like, no, I really feel like the people that we connect with on mat therapy are legit my friends. Like, when I talk to people online, I'm like, hey, what's up, homie?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I really feel like they're our friends and that, like, we have this connection because we all love jiu-jitsu or we love this community. And,
Right.
like, me and this guy that I've never met, we're bonding over, like, nerding out over jiu-jitsu people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's what he was like, hey, this is cool. I listen to your podcast. Thanks for having this conversation with me. I was like, no, we're friends.
This is what
Like,
we
we're
do.
saying, we're on the
It's
same
normal,
level.
right?
Like, you're my
Sounds supposed
friend.
to be.
Yeah. Because I love that connection.
Yeah.
When I hear from anywhere, people, I'm like, hey, what's up?
That's cool.
Can I send
Yeah.
your water? Your noisy ass water?
Yeah, since you won't. Yeah. I don't know what I was going to say since you won't.
Heavy stuff, good stuff, real
Heavy
stuff.
stuff, good stuff. All right, well, let's recap. Going to Azerbaijan, Team
Yeah.
USA.
USA.
You gotta raise some money. So we've got your GoFundMe. You can hit up Mat Therapy. We're gonna try and continue doing the raffle as much as we can at different events.
Mhm.
So this weekend we'll have a whole bunch of stuff at the beach.
You're going to have
Which-
all the money you need for
Yeah.
this trip. You'll be
and
fine.
then and
That'd
up
be
until
too- that would
October
be
we will
nice.
find some ways to
I was planning to like
raise some more money.
while I'm like in the finals match, I'm like, yeah, like I'll just use this like 2 fire checks and I'll
No,
I'll
no,
go
no.
to Sprouts,
No, no,
like-
no.
No. Team USA.
No.
Team
US.
USA.
I got you.
Yeah.
We're going to make this
And
happen. You'll be
how many
fine.
other members do we know? I know Josh Hinger, like Singer, is gonna be on it
like singer. Yeah.
because everybody wants to call him Hinger.
There's a
And
guy
he's like,
from...
no, Hinger, like Singer.
I think I was calling him that too. And then you yelled at me. There's a guy in Florida, I think, that won. He was the one that won against our buddy Luis. I think
He's a good
from
wrestler,
Florida.
yeah.
Ramos?
Tampa. Jason.
Yes. Ramos?
Ramos.
No.
Right, yeah.
Ramos.
That,
Yeah.
was that might be a different
Was
There
it
was
a
a
different
Ramos.
person?
There was a
Okay, sorry.
Carlos Soto.
And there are Jason
was an
Sorolla,
Aaron,
something with a long last name.
I met all those
I'm
people
sorry, I don't
like
know how to say
at this
That
tournament.
place was
They're
awesome.
from all over the states.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys
Yeah.
get to go represent Team USA, so please help us support Bre. You can message us. If you can't find her GoFundMe, we will get you in touch with her. And if anybody wants to contribute anything to raffle off for her up until she leaves in October, we will help you do that. Or if you just want to, generously donate to Bre's cause, we're in for that too.
Go find him.
GoFundMe.
There needs to be like
Like a sports
A- a t-
GoFundMe.
no, I was actually going back to the traveling to that there needs to be like a sport like a planned everyone's going on this flight kind of thing.
I can't
That needs
imagine
to
that.
happen.
Right.
And if
Or
it's
no,
not,
but if everybody's coming from different places, that's almost impossible.
oh yeah, that's true.
Like if they're all leaving
Oh
from
yeah,
the same
they're
airport.
all
Yeah, but
over
every-
the states.
everywhere anybody's gonna fly from, nobody's going direct to
So then
Azerbaijan.
they'll all you'll all-
Nobody's going direct
Yeah.
over there.
Land.
Everyone's gonna have a layover somewhere.
yeah, you might be asking for as somebody
At
who's
least
organized stuff before,
At least
calm your tits.
at least one layover.
It's
For
Jenny,
people.
I'll console you. Like help me. I don't know what I'm doing, dude.
Well, there is a traincation coming up that is in the works at
A train
a
station.
traincation.
Yeah.
So we're
A
going
vacation
to
to train. A train.
there's a ranch
What?
that is 420 friendly.
Nice.
and
I can't do that.
It has like camping grounds and it's this beautiful ranch and I've been talking to the owners and we're gonna hold a traincation.
Where
there.
and when?
I don't know. Nothing's official yet. Possibly early fall,
Like
late
fallish.
summer. Nobody quote me on that
In the
right
works.
now.
That's
But
cool.
it might be happening, and it'll be a regular occurrence. So if nobody can make the first one we do, there will be
I just
more.
seen that cruise.
Indefinite. I did a cruise.
The jiu-jitsu, it's like the black belts teach
Oh no, this is a
seminars
different
every
one.
day.
Somebody did a cruise recently.
I think several people have done cruises. I feel like the Gracies were first. I was the first Nogi cruise. We took 5 10 Planet black belts and we went on a cruise and we did
I remember
seminars every day and
Mackenzie
we did
Dern
yoga.
was
and
Oh
on
my
everything.
this- on this
gosh.
last
Yeah,
cruise.
it was
I've
awesome.
seen
So-
I want to
pictures.
do that.
I would love to
Sounds
do another
awesome.
cruise.
This will be a similar thing, just not on a boat. It'll be inland on a
Yeah,
farm.
but it will be just like a cruise in that like all the food will be included and there's a chef and
Yeah,
there's
that's true.
it's like a
All
wellness
inclusive
retreat.
stuff.
It's
Oh my
amazing.
gosh,
yeah,
that sounds
no, it's
so
gonna be
cool.
amazing. We're gonna do some seminars, some yoga. It'll be amazing.
All sorts of mat therapy.
Anyway, I don't have the details yet, so nobody asked me anything until I announce it.
Oh, everyone's gonna ask you
I
everything.
know I'm gonna get a whole bunch
Who's
of
gonna be
messages.
there?
Yeah.
Who's gonna be doing
don't
seminars?
know.
How much is it?
No, Bree's gonna do a seminar. Okay, so say hi to all your sponsors, give all your shout outs, and give any pertinent information that we all need to have.
Okay, so going back to funding, I'm totally open to seminars or super fights at whatever events.
Oh, yeah, I told you I'd do a super fight with you. I still will.
I'll fight anybody. I don't care.
Clearly a
And-
330-pound guy she just fought last weekend, so.
330-pound man. I don't want to do that again, but I'll do what I gotta do. Yeah, seminars, things like that, open mats. Yeah. So as far as sponsors, I always want to shout out Street Sports Simi Valley and my family over there, and Reverse Gear out of Hawaii hooking me up. Nawaza Apparel's always there for me. We got NutriShop Simi Valley and Northridge, and they're going to be donating to the raffle as well.
Awesome.
Oh, very
And
cool.
I swear by their supplements since I was like 15 years old. So
Nice.
ooh, the gun show. So knot out rollers for getting all your knots out. I think that's it.
Awesome.
Yeah, mid-October, Azerbaijan. I'm going to try to do IBJJF Worlds, Nogi Worlds, the Submission Only League tournaments. I'm going to try, but I'll be in fire season. I don't know where the heck I'll be at any
Plus, you
given
gotta
time.
have
That's
a
true.
fight camp for Team USA. Oh, is
Yeah.
it gonna be streamed? Will we all be able to watch it?
I have no
Probably flip
idea.
grappling, I'm guessing.
I hope that'd be
Oh,
awesome.
that would be
Wouldn't that be
rad.
awesome?
Well, they did
That's true, but
they
I
did
mean,
this last one.
yeah, but that was the
Because
U.S.
it's
team.
here?
Yeah, I don't
Oh.
know.
And they do like Abu Dhabi and stuff, so
Oh.
maybe.
Oh, if they do, then why
We'll have to
maybe.
talk to Blair.
I'm sure
Let's
they've
ask.
got to have something.
We'll find out, and then we'll give you guys more information as soon as
Because
we
it's
get it.
not just grappling that's going to be at Azerbaijan. Am I
Really?
saying it right? I feel like I say it
Azerbaijan.
wrong.
Well,
They'll be wrestling there too, won't there?
I was looking online at the UWW website, and they have wrestling events, and that's the only grappling event.
Ah.
There at that time, though. What I mean, like
Yeah,
that's-
there might be, but I gotta have to double look. But it looks
We'll
like
find
there
out.
might just be grappling.
Okay, we'll
Yeah,
find
we
out,
can.
and then we'll
Holy
tell everybody so that we can support Team
Yeah.
USA.
For sure.
Yay!
And
All
I
right,
need training partners around 125, 145,
I'm in.
and I'll be
When my neck gets
out
better,
in
I'm
Santa
happy to
Barbara
help.
area. So if anyone's out there, hit me up. I need some killers, some drillers, and
Let's do it.
yeah, the LA Jiu Jitsu Club, the homies over there. So
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah. All right, guys.
That Darce Knight who just got engaged.
Yay! Oh,
Yes.
congratulations. Okay, we'll end with that.
I
Congratulations
love that.
to Bonnie and
So
Eric. They
cute.
just got engaged in New York. Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Hawaii. On anyway, congratulations to them. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Love you
Bye.
guys. Bye.